What's up, good people? How the heck you doing? Let's see. All right. It's Sunday. It's another who dat? Pretty War Braids. What's up? How you doing? What's going on? For everyone that's watching Pretty War Braids, hey, David, yo, what up, man? Cheers to you guys. It's a beautiful Sunday on the Northeast here, and I am sipping on some white wine. Because why not? Actually, it's because I used some of the white wine for last Sunday's cast, put the rest in the fridge, totally forgot about it, and I was like, I better drink this before it goes bad. So, no, this is, here, let me see what it is. I didn't even look. This is the wine from last week's show, Suave. So it's Italian. It says Suave on it. And honestly, I'm not very familiar with this varietal, but it was given to me by some very wine-savvy friends of mine. So it's delicious. It's really smooth. It's in a good place. It's not too sweet, not too dry. I really like it. I don't often drink white wine or wine for that matter. I don't drink it that much anymore. So it's a geeky grape. Oh, Ichimotes would actually know a lot about wine. So it makes sense that my buddies who gave it to me because they're really into wine. So they knew I would like this. But Suave is arguably the most famous white wine DOC in Italy. Oh, cool, we got a follower. Kato Amamiya. What's up, Kato? Am I pronouncing that right? If I'm butchering your name, I apologize. Anyway, so yeah, I'm just sipping on white wine. Weather's beautiful outside, but we're gonna cook some awesomeness here. How's everyone doing? We just opened up in New York this week, officially, you know. I think people have been kind of more relaxed, about the COVID stuff in general lately, but it's definitely officially opened this week, and things are looking good. So, close enough, all good. Okay, all right, thank you. I tried. So, what was I going to say? Oh, so Pretty War Braids. I was going to mention Pretty War Braids has a... Pretty War Braids, if you want to plug your new Instagram page where she posts about her gardening and stuff like that, you guys should follow that. Yeah, help each other, follow each other, be good to one another. Okay, so a lot of cool, exciting things happened this week. My basement's done. All the contractor's tools are out of the basement. I finally set up my man cave. If you go onto my Instagram, I think a photo may still be up. My bandmates came to... I have a semi-soundproofed room. There's no door on it right now, so it kind of defeats the purpose, but I can't install the door until I get my health department inspection. Not health department. So used to saying health department. My building department inspection. Once that happens, I can put a door there. It'll help with the soundproofing, but... I'm playing Destiny 2 at the moment, so I'm not able to chat much. Oh, you doing the new... Oh, cool. Well, thanks for tuning in, Dark Virus. I appreciate that. Thanks for taking a minute to say hi and tune in. Always appreciate you. It's always nice to have you in the chat. But yeah, go play your game, man. Have fun. No worries. You can always catch the bot on how I make this. So let's get to what everyone's here for, and that's to make some bulgogi. So, for those who don't know, my mom's Korean, my dad's Chinese, more specifically Taiwanese, but he's not really the type to make the distinction unless he gets together with his sisters and they start talking shit. But so my dad's Chinese, my mom's Korean, and I am known. What really changed the trajectory of my career was doing that show Beat Bobby Flay, and I did these Korean-inspired tacos, which, admittedly, I drew the inspiration from Roy Choi and his, Mexican-Korean, fusion that he was doing in his food trucks on the West Coast. and I made my own version of it. I came out victorious, and so this particular recipe that I'm going to show you guys today is very near and dear to my heart, but it's my mom's recipe, and it's the recipe that my grandma taught to my mom. And obviously there have been tweaks along the way, but yeah, it's actually super simple to make bulgogi. It's just a matter of preparation like anything else, but there's nothing that requires a lot of finesse out of this. And ideally, oh, your dad's Taiwanese. I did not know that. That's cool. Well, there you go. Taiwan represent. So, what do you call? Well, yeah, let's make some bulgogi, right? Let me shut the fuck up and let's make some bulgogi. Now, I usually do this without a recipe these days, but I did give you guys a recipe on my Discord. For those who aren't already, there is a Discord link on my homepage under the panels. Just hit the panel and that will take you to my Discord. That is where I post my recipes pre-streaming. So, you know, if you want to follow along, you can, or if you need to refer back to it. I just started a Google Doc that is pinned. So all the recipes from now forward will go into that Google Doc, and it'll be, you know, it'll be a lot easier to dig up recipes because it'll be by tab, alphabetized, and things like that. Anything that I've posted in the past, you know, at some point, it's only like 5-6 recipes that I've posted. So eventually I'll have those added onto that Google Doc. But from this stream going forward, all the recipes will be on that Google Doc for you guys to refer back to at any time. All right? Anyone do anything fun? I went to the East Village yesterday. Went to East Village Pizza. You can see that on my Instagram too. Which there, within Twitch, you can view my Instagram too. And it was fun. We went to this bar that I frequent all the time called Pink's. Got some margaritas to go, which were like 90% alcohol, 90% tequila. It was great. It's been a long time since I was out. Had a pizza from East Village Pizza. It was an absolute blast. Watching the WWE Backlash pay-per-view tonight. Nice. Yes, David is delay photo is definitely one of the biggest wrestling fans we have on this stream. Outdoor eating only. Yes, outdoor eating only. We went to the pizza place. We ordered the pie, and then we walked down the block to Pink's. We got our margaritas to go. By the time we walked back to the pizza place, our pizza was ready, and we ate it outside. And it was great. It was fun. I saw photos from the day before of people like St. Mark's being completely packed. I went at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I don't go out late unless it's like a metal show anymore. That's really the only thing I go out, stay out late for, but I don't really go hang out late at night. But it was fine. You know, there weren't huge clusters of people. Like, yeah, there were like groups of 2s and 3s outside of bars, but I didn't see anything outrageous or anything that made me feel worried. So, let's see. Wife was gonna make coq au vin. Oh, cool. For dinner, but we just had a late lunch, so making it tomorrow. Nice. I love coq au vin, man. Did you bring the little one too? I don't think I could bring my kid. No. So my wife and my daughter went to go visit my sister-in-law in Delaware. She has a place in Delaware with her husband and their kid. But my sister-in-law also lives... I have 2 of my sister-in-laws who live right upstairs from me. So when this whole pandemic... Like, in the middle of the pandemic, they went to their house in Delaware, and my wife went there with Charlotte so that she could play with the kid, because the kid's been with me Monday to Friday, and it's been great, but, you know, she needs somebody who can match her energy, which I can't do. So, and I have a lot of energy, you know what I mean? So wife and kid are away. So I didn't take the kid with me. I was flying solo in the East Village yesterday, just having drinks and pizza. And I was literally out for like 2 hours. It wasn't anything crazy. I got hammered from one margarita. If you guys want value for your fucking money, go get a margarita from Pink's on East 10th Street. You get your money's worth as far as alcohol ratio goes. And a lot happened this week. My basement's done. I'm gonna do another music stream this coming week. And you guys can see my completed studio. There's still some things I want to do, like put a couch and some curtains and stuff, but that'll be for later. So my studio's done. The rehearsal room that I had soundproofed, my bandmates brought all their equipment, so we put everything down there. Both of whom have antibodies for COVID, so it was totally fine. I still wore a mask, but it was okay. And I got the call from my employer, and I get back to work on Monday. So I am super freaking stoked. So my dreams of my own place are still happening, and we are going to, I was ecstatic, man. I'm so happy to be getting back to work. You know, my sandwich shop concept, which I'll tell you guys more about later as the stream goes, is still going to happen. And we're stoked. And that's kind of one of the reasons why I'm doing the bulgogi sandwich today. It's a little bit of a cop-out, but it's also a moment for me to test out one of my combinations. Pink's Rule, I remember getting drunk there after the Blacklight Showcase. Yeah, so Pink's is definitely like one of the popular joints as far as the metal scene goes. It's not a metal bar, but a lot of metalheads like to go there and hang out, for sure. You know, a lot of rock and roll guys, you know. So anyway, without further ado, let's get started. I keep talking. So let's talk about what is bulgogi, right? So bulgogi marinade is typically a beef marinade. So whenever I see like these Blue Apron advertisements or like Fresh Direct advertisements, and like, what are we gonna make today, Joe? And then like Joe's like, well, the recipe from Fresh Direct says we're gonna make pork bulgogi, and I'm like, that's not bulgogi, motherfuckers. And it's definitely not. Bulgogi is a beef marinade, so that's the first thing. It's a sweet soy-based beef marinade. I think that's the simplest way to put it. 9 out of 10 times it is made with ribeye. But really, any thin sliced beef will work, even the tougher cuts. It's not ideal, but it can be done. I've seen it be done before. Like before, I've used thin sliced brisket. Again, not ideal, but it worked well. Like I cooked it up and it tasted great. So, but 9 out of 10 times it is made with ribeye. Now, does that mean it's a good quality ribeye? Absolutely not. You know, I would rather go for a high-end brisket over a cheap-ass ribeye. And when I say cheap-ass ribeye, you're talking like steaks at Applebee's. You know, those steaks are cheap and economical. They're ribeye, and they're more tender than a brisket, but they're not very good quality meats. So just to give you an idea. All right, so the basis of this marinade is with soy sauce. So that's the first thing we're going to get, which is in this cupboard right here, blocked by my cable. And we recently rearranged everything, so you guys are going to see me struggle a little more than I already do, because I don't know where anything is anymore. After my basement got completed, we were able to move a bunch of things down to the basement, and we were able to finally arrange things in our home the way we've always wanted. But with that, I don't know where anything is. So join me on my adventure to my pantry. Here, let me do this. You guys can tag along with me to my pantry, because why not? Let's do that. That's my pantry. I mean, to you guys, it may look exactly the same, but to me, it's like, I don't know where anything is, including the soy sauce. Normally, I'm really good about getting everything prepped for the stream beforehand. But as I've been doing this stream, I've been doing that less and less because I've been getting more and more comfortable. But then I forgot that everything was rearranged. So, let's see. Here we go. It's not enough, but yeah, that's soy sauce. All right, that's not enough. Well, maybe it'll be just enough. Let's see. Okay. Let's do that. Put you back. Oops. this guy back. And now let's measure our soy sauce. Again, I normally eyeball it, but I'm going to follow the recipe together with you guys so that no one's like, hey, it said 1 cup and you're clearly putting in 50 cups. So now I don't know where my measuring cups are. It's fine. I'll use a pint container. So I don't know if you guys know this, but this container is a pint container. Imagine chef following his own recipe. He's going to end up winging it in 10 minutes. Almost. I needed a measuring cup, but just so you guys know, this container is a pint container. So this is 2 cups. Up to this line down here with all the ridges. You see these, you guys get these from like, to go from, Chinese takeout and stuff like that. So one of these containers is 2 cups. So if I fill it halfway, that's 1 cup. Just keep in mind that it's up to this ridged part. You go over that, that's going to be more than 2 cups. So the other container, the bigger size, is a quart. And then 4 of those quarts equals a gallon. And in 1 quart is 4 cups. So if you are ever in a pinch for a measuring cup, you can use one of these guys. Very helpful. So that's what I'm going to use. So you are wrong. You are wrong, Ichimotes. I'm going to follow my recipe. All right, so let's get a cup of soy sauce. My wife's going to be like, why did you use all the soy sauce and not refill it after you're done? You're an asshole. And I'm going to be like, I'm going to come right back at her and be like, because there is no more soy sauce. I don't know where it is because you moved everything. Okay. He has a point of proof now that I called him out. I never back down from a challenge. You know this. Not that you were challenging me either, but, anyway. No, this is not regular soy sauce. Shit. This is like super high quality shit that is not for bulgogi. I gotta find the regular soy sauce. So, alright. Well, that didn't work out well. So let me put that aside and find the regular soy sauce. I may even have to text my wife in the middle of this stream just to find out where's this soy sauce. High quality shit. Yeah, it is. So this particular soy sauce, like, my wife put it in this nice bottle here, but this soy sauce was imported from Hong Kong, if I'm not mistaken. And it's aged extra long, and it's a little thicker. When I was pouring it, I was like, it looks a little thick, but this particular soy sauce is a little thicker, and it's slightly sweeter, and it's slightly it's less sweet, it's less salty, so it's really good. Like, just by itself, it's amazing. And like I said, my wife gets it sent over from Hong Kong, but like her friend in Hong Kong will ship it over to her. So Christmas gift ideas. Label maker. I have a label maker, and this one is not labeled, but like, just to show you, my wife and I are both pretty OCD, so like, my wife did this, not me. She labeled the sesame oil. She labeled the salt. You get the idea. But I don't know where my soy sauce is, so I have to text my wife and be like, hey, honey, where's the soy sauce? Okay, stream's got to stop. I can't find the soy sauce. We can't do anything today, so no, I'm just kidding. We'll do something else. That's fine. My dad sent me some money the other day to get new kitchen stuff. I was happy. Hell yeah! It is always a momentous occasion when you have a little extra capital to buy more shit. And in this case, kitchen stuff. You can never have enough kitchen stuff. I still don't have enough kitchen stuff, and I got a shit ton of kitchen stuff. Way more than I need, so... let's see. Yeah, I'm getting one once I get the spice bottles off my Amazon wish list. Nice. Listening to soy sauce talk makes you hungry. Yeah, absolutely. I wish there was taste-o-vision. You guys can taste that soy sauce because it really is something different. So since I can't since I can't, I don't have the soy sauce right now. My wife will text me back shortly. Let's start doing the onions and garlic first, which is just as important for this particular recipe. So, like for bulgogi, in my recipe, there's some pineapple juice in there. There's some black pepper in there. There's some sesame oil. But really, if you just have onion, soy sauce, sugar, and sesame oil, you can get away with it. You can fake it. So we'll start with that. We'll start with the garlic and onions. And when my wife gets back to me, hopefully, she's terrible about looking at her phone. But eventually, when she gets back to me, we can add the soy sauce at the end. That's fine. You know, there's no specific order as far as the soy sauce. As far as this bulgogi marinade goes. Now, I will say this: this recipe is you're supposed to marinate your beef overnight with this particular marinade recipe. Now, for beef bobby flay, I could not marinate it overnight, so I had to kind of do a workaround. So the way, and I'm going to do it this method today too, because I'm going to cook it only after like an hour of marination. When I cooked it, while I was cooking it, I put in a little bit more marinade than I normally would. So that, you know, you won't get that like really nice caramelization on the beef, but you'll get a lot more of that marinade flavor. That's number one. Number two is normally when I make this marinade, I just rough chop everything. But if I need the flavors to really penetrate the protein quickly, I'll blend it super smooth. And basically, you know, you blend it to a paste, and now, you know, the product has a lot more surface area to coat your protein. So that was the workaround I did. It worked because they loved the taco enough that they deemed me the victor. Ooh, cool! I got a new follower. Mozamel? What's up, Mozamel? What's going on? Cheers to you. Take a sip for you. Thanks for following. It's kick ass. So what's this say? Yeah, he is a keen cook too. So when I said I was looking to get some more, he said, "Here's the money." Hell yeah! I like your dad. Your dad's the man. Can you introduce him to me? Can he give me some money for more kitchen stuff? No, I'm kidding. I'm about to get like a whole brand new kitchen once I find my location. That's the first thing I'm going to do when I get back to work, is I have to do location scouting for my shop. So, yes, pineapple juice. I always have that on hand for tiki drinks. Tiki drinks, man. I'm a sucker for tiki drinks. Anything in a tiki cup, I'm like, I gotta try it. Anything with a tiki cup or an umbrella, I'm in. It's so 80s or 70s, or I don't know. It doesn't matter, but I love it. Every time I go to like a fancy cocktail bar, like Death and Co. or something like that, they always have a drink in a tiki cup. It's amazing. Didn't Roy Choi's version use orange juice? Probably. I don't know how Roy Choi makes it. I did meet Roy Choi in culinary school. He was like a guest for one of the classes. It was really cool to meet him. But I remember I don't remember what he was making, but he was using Asian pear. And I remember all the other kids were like, whoa, their minds were blown. And so I don't remember him using orange juice, but every family does it the same. It's like every family's pasta sauce. Everyone does it a little differently. So let's see. Denmark is... no, that's some other language. So, Mozamel, I don't know what you're saying. For all I know, you could be saying, go fuck yourself, you know, but I don't think so. But, you know, right on, man. You said something about YouTube. I like YouTube, too. That's cool. Oh, it's a spam bot. Oh, okay. Wait, it's a spam bot? I got my first spam bot? Okay. I guess I'll ban it later. I don't want to do that now, but, okay, spam bot. Well, I guess I've reached a new pinnacle, new plateau, you know, new level in my Twitch career, and I now have a spam bot. Incredible. All right, let me shut the fuck up, and let's get cutting. So, all right, like I said, for this recipe, we're going to blend everything super smooth. So I'm gonna get this blender out and have that ready, because I'm basically gonna put after I cut it, I'm just gonna put it directly into the blender. Just to, cut out a step. So let's set up this blender first. Only you would be glad to have a spam in the chat. It's true. It's true. I mean, listen, you gotta take the good with the bad. I remember I did some dessert that was in the Daily News, and it was a Halloween dessert, and I did this lava cake where I filled it with white chocolate ganache, but I colored it red, and I put this candy finger, so it looked like a finger got chopped off. It's on my Instagram if you scroll down far enough. And somebody called the restaurant, and without any grounds, was like, "This is disgusting and terrible. There are people like fighting wars and getting limbs blown off, and you're making a Halloween dessert with a finger chopped off. This is disgusting. I'm gonna sue you." And just some angry old lady, probably needs to get laid or something. I don't know. But when I got to the restaurant, the hostess sat me down, was like, "I have some really bad news to tell you." And then she told me what this lady said, and I was like, "That's incredible! That's great! That means my art is striking emotions." And to this day, I thought it was funny as hell. I was like, hell yeah! If my food can, get someone that riled up, I find that pretty freaking hilarious. So, what a Karen, indeed. Yeah, definitely a Karen. Jeez, I feel terrible for anyone named Karen. That name is just ruined now. What's another name that's ruined? Anyone else know a name that's equally as ruined as a Karen? As Karen? Do we have any Karens watching right now? Okay. 1 cup garlic, 1 cup onion. So that's what we're going to do first. And this is chopped up, okay? So I'm going to get my trusty pint container, fill that halfway with onion and garlic, and I'm just going to rough cut it. And, this recipe is based on the onions being like medium diced. So yeah, this is perfect. So this is a pint container. It's completely full, but if you look at it carefully, there's a lot of air pockets in space. So by the time you mince that up, it'll be a cup. So let's put that into the blender. Okay. Now let's do the garlic. Oh, that's my wife. Did you guys hear that? It's on the top shelf. Oh, okay. So Becky. Oh, Becky? Becky's ruined too? I didn't know that. Okay. So let's see. Casserole sauce. I didn't know that there was such a thing. Let's see. Ding, fries are done. There is on open. So my wife, she's not born here. She's from Malaysia, so she speaks Chinglish because English is not her first language. But she also types Chinglish. So, let's see, which one can I use? There's a bunch. I'm gonna just FaceTime her. I'm gonna FaceTime her right on the stream. Let's see. Hello?
Hello?
Hi. Hi. Which soy sauce can I use? This one? This one? Premiums. Okay, okay. Thank you. I'll see you guys soon. Bye. My wife and daughter just got into the car and they're coming back from Delaware right now, so. Okay, so garlic. We're just gonna cut off those little root ends of the garlic. I'm just gonna chop it into thirds. Just make it easier on the blender. So cut it. You can leave the root ends too. That's totally fine. In fact, but since I'm already gonna cut it into thirds, I might as well take the effort to just cut them in half. Like I said, it just makes it a little easier on your blender. If you have like a Ninja blender, it doesn't matter. That thing will chop up bones, man. I don't have a Ninja blender, but those things are crazy. I would love to have a Vitamix for my house, but those things are like $1,000. And I always have a Vitamix in the kitchen, but I never have a Vitamix at the house. One day, maybe I can pick up one used with all the. Unfortunately, with so many restaurants closing down, there will be a surplus of used kitchen equipment. Yes, Vitamix. Oh yeah, David has Vitamix because David has the hookup at Vitamix. Yeah, Dave, are you able to extend that hookup to me one day? That would be incredible. But yeah, Vitamix mixers are the shit. They're so powerful and reliable. The only place I've worked at where their Vitamix went down was at Beauty and Essex. But like I always say, Beauty and Essex eats equipment. I mean, that place is just so busy. Oh, that'd be awesome, Dave. And if not, no worries. Like, no big deal. I'll get my own eventually. But Vitamixes, yeah, they just never break down. But at Beauty and Essex, like, everything breaks there. Just all the equipment that I thought was like bulletproof, I've seen it break down. Granted, it took them like 10 years to break a Vitamix or like a Roku blend, food processor or something like that. But overall, they are bulletproof. I mean, I've even seen them break can openers, like those tabletop can openers. I had never seen one break until I worked at Beauty and Essex. Same thing with like slicers, just the amount of product that they process on a day-to-day basis and being in operation 7 days a week. It's just brutal on the equipment. While I was there, they replaced all the stoves, and like after 2 years, it already looked beat to hell. It was really disappointing, but you also have to remember that at a restaurant like that, they're taking it apart every night to deep clean it, and that wears down on the machinery as well. But yeah, I've seen a lot of equipment go down at that place just because of like the sheer volume of food that we process. I mean, to this day, I still haven't seen a place that has, had the amount of food go in and out. And if I'm not mistaken, no, I know this is a fact, Beauty and Essex is one of the top 5 grossing restaurants for the entire Tao group. The entire Tao group. I think number 1 is Vegas, if I'm not mistaken. It's a Tao restaurant in Vegas, I think is the number 1 busiest restaurant. But that's also because, that place is basically a nightclub. So, are the chefs in that kitchen robots with death grips or something? Listen, man, I've never worked. I mean, I'm not even like exaggerating or trying to be funny or anything. To this day, the crew I had at Beauty and Essex, are the most toughest, most elite guys I had ever worked with. Like, yeah, we don't make food like they do at the French Laundry or or like John George or something. But man, like everything's made from scratch minus the fries. Like we bought frozen fries and we bought the best frozen fries. But other than that, we did everything from scratch. And I'm telling you, man, like just to give you an idea. On a Friday night dinner service, I had 8 to 9 dishwashers working on one shift. 8 to 9 dishwashers, just dishwashers. So you can only imagine how busy that place was. The amount of and this is a full service restaurant with wine service, with multiple silverware and all that stuff. So the amount of like dishes we had going through that place was unbelievable. The amount we spent every year on glassware was unbelievable. Because of the amount of breakage of fine glassware for like wine, cocktails, and all that stuff. I don't remember what the numbers are, but nor am I supposed to share that. But you know, let's see. Say that about the fries on air? Yeah, no, it's fine. I mean, listen, like, you know, I mean, it's very different from Shake Shack, but you know, Shake Shack uses frozen crinkle fries. They made the move to make them from scratch at one point, and they actually scrapped it. You know, like the frozen product's awesome. You know, there's a lot of really good frozen food products. You know, you just have to sift it out. You have to sift through all the crappy ones. You know. Our meal there was fantastic, top 10 for sure. Yeah, I would not have taken the job if the food wasn't good. You know, I had never dined at Beauty in Essex before taking the job because it's not my scene. It's not the type of restaurant I would dine at, but I had heard about Beauty in Essex. I'd driven past it countless times. And I never tried the food, so I just kind of assumed it's, you know, what you'd expect from a high-volume restaurant. But they had me taste the food when I was interviewing for the job, and I was blown away. I was really shocked at how well they executed it. So I got my cup of garlic here. I'm going to put this into the blender now. Okay. Let's see. I'm still following the recipe so far, guys. Should be proud of me. Oh, let me not put my phone and everything there. Let's see. Pineapple juice. Let's do garlic, onion. Oh, crap. I forgot green apple. I knew I forgot to buy something. It's fine, though. Totally fine. I did get pineapple. So today I'm using fresh pineapple. I actually had to, on the Beat Bobby Flay episode, you'll see me be like, oh, I forgot something. I was like, oh, the pineapple. They didn't have pineapple juice, so I actually used fresh pineapple. And then I was going to buy a whole pineapple, and their whole pineapple looked like crap. So I bought some pre-cut pineapple because the pre-cut pineapple looked great. So it worked easily, just as well. Let's see, soy sauce. So now we have our soy sauce. We can put in our soy sauce now. So this is my soy sauce labeled bottle that, of course, I keep in a squeeze bottle. But I'm going to use that up. We're not going to use this squeeze bottle anymore to hold the soy sauce because it kept leaking out. It was freaking annoying. It's better for like stuff like mayo and stuff like that. Okay, so let's do a cup of soy sauce. And I'm going to put this in the blender and use the soy sauce as the quote-unquote lubricant to help blend everything. All right. So that's like a cup of soy sauce right there. Oh, change the camera. Some soy sauces contain gluten. Yes, that is correct. Soy sauces contain gluten. So if you are, gluten-free on a gluten-free diet, get tamari. Tamari soy sauce in specific does not have gluten in it. For anyone, and the soy itself does not contain gluten. Even like certain vinegars and stuff, it'll not be gluten free. And the reason for that it's not gluten free is when there's the starter cultures that they're using for the fermentation process usually is wheat based. That's where the gluten comes from. So it's a very, very minute amount, but it's there, So for someone who's really sensitive, you want to avoid certain vinegars, you want to avoid regular soy sauce, but tamari soy sauce uses a starter culture that does not contain any wheat product, so thus it'll be gluten-free. Let's see, higher end restaurant. True. Ichimotes, did you agree with me? This is uncanny. Okay. I want to go to a higher end restaurant sometime. Gut fuck, that's expensive. Yeah, I mean, listen, dining out at a fine dining restaurant is a commitment, you know what I mean? I work in the business, so I usually go to places that my friends own or work at. I end up getting a discount, but yeah, to eat at like the French Laundry for my wife and I got full wine service. It ended up costing us $1,500 for the two of us, and I haven't spent money like that since. I usually don't go to fine dining anymore, especially after having a kid. So we don't do a lot, but we love the dining. We love fine dining. Yeah, I love fine dining, man. But again, with a kid now, it doesn't make sense. And when she's a little older, I'll probably take her to some fine dining places. We did go to Le Coco, which is like this newly opened modern French restaurant that opened a few years ago. We took my daughter to eat there once, but only because one of my old cook's sisters was the pastry cook over there, so we got a major hookup. And that was a great experience, but my daughter didn't like anything. It was pretty hilarious. So, some soy sauce contain gluten. I didn't know that. I think the Japanese brands mostly. Yeah, so Pretty War Braids, tamari soy sauce is the one you want to get for... Basically, all soy sauces will contain gluten. You just want to get tamari soy sauce. That'll be gluten-free. I have a friend coming to visit due to some of the lockdown stuff being relaxed, so I can get everything in as he has a car. Beautiful. There you go. I buy jugs of tamari. So, let's see. There are times where I can agree with you. I can admit that. Sounds like we ate at... Alinea. I've never eaten there, but I've heard amazing things about it. When it came to fine dining, they don't have the attention span. Yeah, it won't work with kids. So, all right. So I got the soy sauce, I got the garlic and everything, and it's going to get a little loud. I'm going to turn this on now. And just blend everything super smooth. I don't know if you guys saw on my Instagram, I posted this photo when I was young working at Telepan. It was this fine dining restaurant. It was a 1 Michelin star restaurant on the Upper West Side. And I had gotten beet juice all over the place. Made a really rookie move and was using a spatula to scrape the sides of the pitcher as it was blending, and it fell out of my hand. It dropped, and bang! Just all this beet juice just flew all over the place. And fortunately, my head chef was not working. Otherwise, he would have yelled the shit out of me. But my sous chef was there, and he just walked by, and he just laughed, and then pulled out his iPhone. It was an iPhone 1. I remember it so well because I was jealous of it. And he took a picture of me fucking with all this beet juice. So if you guys go to my Instagram right now, you can see it. All right, so I got this big bowl. You can see how that's pretty pasty right there. That's all the onions and garlic and soy sauce. Okay, let's see. Dark Fire says, don't get me wrong, I've had some incredible meals out at a place in Spain when my dad was living out there. Tapas place. I love tapas, man. Food I've ever eaten was super high quality, nice. Yeah, I love tapas spots, man, especially when they have high quality and when they do it right, it's just an unbelievable dining experience. We want to do mini bar here in DC, Jose Andreas, but it's like 500 with wine, and yeah, it's crazy. I also don't like dealing with the reservation process. I'm spoiled, admittedly. We love Jose Andreas restaurants. We've eaten at most of them and loved every experience. Okay, sandwiches are Mario pancake. But if you have any questions, I don't know. Do you have any questions? Okie dokie. So we got our garlic, we got our onions in here. Next, we need to put in our sesame oil. All right, Ichimotes, you're right. I'm going to go off recipe now and not measure this. I'm just going to eyeball the sesame oil because I've done this fucking long enough. So it says a 1/3 cup. Sesame oil's very potent, man. So less is more in this case. Especially if you buy the Japanese brand sesame oils. That's the way. Mario Pancake, good morning, everybody. What's up, Mario Pancake? Thanks for watching, man. Thanks for joining us. Where are you? Where are you watching from? Because it's the afternoon for me over here, and I know for a few of our viewers. So just curious, where you're from? Let us know. All right, soy sauce. Oh, we did the soy sauce. Okay, red wine. Let's see, red wine. Do I have any red wine? Shit. That's another that was not, red wine was not in my grandma's version. That was something my mom added. and I've just always done it since. And I actually think I may not have any more red wine. Let's see. Okay, another text to my wife. For those just joining, we recently moved a bunch of things around, so I don't know where is the red wine. We can try subbing with white wine. I don't mind. I've never done it, but you guys let me know if you want to give it a try, and I'm down. Let's see. Yeah, oh, you're in Hungary. Cool. Awesome, man. Well, greetings from the U.S. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. We're going to be making a beef bulgogi sandwich today, and now we're trying to marinate the meat, but I'm terribly underprepared today, so it's taking me way too long to make this. I don't know. You guys want to try putting white wine in this marinade? I think it'll work just fine, honestly. And we only need a cup of it. So, anyway. We need a cup and a half of pineapple juice. So, I have this fresh cubed pineapple. And what I'm going to do is actually use only like a cup's worth of pineapple. And Ichimo's is, well, you're fucking right. I'm just going to eyeball it again. Oh, that's way more than I needed. I still have to eat this, so now my pineapple's slightly coated in soy sauce. That's going to be gross. All right. I love sandwiches. Hell yeah. All right. Well, we're going to make something cool and funky today, so hopefully you get a kick out of watching it. If you don't already, Mario, please follow. And feel free to join my Discord. There's a link in the home panel. So, let's see. At the bottom of the pantry, all the way in the back. All right. Let me see if I have an open bottle of red wine. If not, I'm going to use white wine. Bottom of the pantry, all the way in the back. Found it. Nice. And I have some red wine that's open. Okay. So, a cup of red wine. That's all we need. So, Mario Pancakes, we are making beef bulgogi sandwiches. So, bulgogi is a type of Korean beef marinade. It's basically a sweet soy marinade with a lot of onions and garlic and sesame oil. So we are using a recipe that I had used on a TV show that I had won. All right, so we got our pineapple puree, what it is now at this point. Got a nice pineapple puree that we made. I used the same blender. I put the pineapple in there with the red wine, blended that together. So in here, Mario Pancakes, if you want the recipe, go to my Discord server. There's a link in the home screen. And all my recipes I post over there. So feel free to, grab those and use it as like you wish. Okay, sugar. Does anyone remember early System of a Down? Before they got super political? They had some sick songs, and one of their sick songs, I Need a Cup of Sugar. Again, I'm eyeballing it. Ichimo's knows me too well. She knew I was going to deviate from the recipe, and I am in the hardest way. Dark Virus. Yes, I love System of a Down too, but their first song that they came out with, at least in the States, was called Sugar. Sugar! I love System of a Down, man. Actually, all the records are great. Okay, so we got our sugar in here. We just have to put in our black pepper. My name is Enzo. Okay, Enzo, cool. I'll call you Enzo from now on. Thanks for joining us and chatting with us. It's great you're the first person I've ever, I guess, chatted with from Hungary. It's pretty cool. would love to visit sometime. I've never set foot in Europe yet. Can you believe that? And I was about to before my daughter was born, and then I think we went to California instead. And kind of regret it because I'm not going to go to Europe now anytime soon until my daughter gets a little older. Because the next, if I do go to Europe, it'll be when you'll be with my daughter, and I want her to appreciate a trip like that. All right, so we're gonna just blend everything. Yes, Static X, man. Oh, I got into heavy music around that same time too. Before that, I was really into like alternative rock, Garbage and No Doubt and Green Day. Okay, so I'm gonna taste this before I put in the black pepper, and because there's so much garlic and raw onion, it's gonna taste very medicinal. It's not gonna taste very good, but if it tastes medicinal, you're on the money. Because after you cook it, all that alkalinity from the onions and garlic will cook out. But this is pretty much there. I am going to put in a little more sugar. Again, I eyeballed it, and I put in a little less than I normally would. Okay, so we got our sugar in here, and now we just need our black pepper. So, hey, Johnny Bean! Guys, if you like Eddie Van Halen or rock music in general, you should follow Johnny Bean's YouTube channel. He's a good guy. I see him every year at NAMM, which is this like music gear orgy, essentially. I see him every year over there. Okay, so I'm going to put some fresh cracked black pepper. Doesn't matter what type of sugar you use. For this particular one, I prefer white sugar, but you can use brown sugar as well. That's totally fine. Light brown, dark brown sugar. But every time I've made it with white sugar. Now, I firmly believe that by using a brown sugar, it's only going to help. I actually think it would make it better, honestly. So using a different sugar, you'll be fine. Just keep in mind, like certain sugars are going to have a different level of sweetness. So you may have to adjust your recipe. I think for brown sugar, you may need to use slightly less. No, actually, you may have to use slightly more now that I think about it. Okay, so I put in my black pepper, tablespoon. I'm going to watch Bubble Guppies. I'm not sure what that is, but go do you, man. Have fun, enjoy. I was brought up on AC/DC, Thunder, Led Zeppelin, Aerosmith. Nice. My dad is an old rocker. Yeah, my dad did not. Neither of my parents. Like my mom listened to music, but it was like Yanni and Kenny G, stuff like that. Years later, I found my dad's vinyl collection, which was like the whole of like 10 records. But in that collection was like Van Halen and ABBA and like the Mamas and Papas and stuff like that. But when I saw Van Halen in there, I was like, whoa, that's cool. I didn't know Dad listened to Van Halen. Gotcha. I got some raw okay, so if you use the unrefined sugar, you definitely need to use more. And caipirinhas is, I think, is how you pronounce it. I fucking love caipirinhas, man. God, oh man, just especially for this weather, anything sweet and highly alcoholic is just freaking amazing right now. Okay, so our marinade is done, guys. Right? I think so. Let me look back at this. Red soy sauce, red wine, pineapple juice, sesame oil, garlic, onion, yeah. So the only thing I'm missing is the green apple that I would blend up the same way. But it's not a make or break thing. It's totally fine. So I'm just going to go with this. And now we're going to stick in our thin sliced beef. I could go for some highly alcoholic anything right now. Well, what's stopping you, man? Come on, join me. I'm having some chilled white wine right now. I would love for you to join me. Okay, so we're going to get our beef now. Now, I mentioned that, the real key for bulgogi is to use, money, till tomorrow. Hey, yeah, true. I feel you on that. So this is some stuff I got from H Mart. You'll see beef, thin sliced, ribeye roll, shabu shabu. So this is normally used for hot pot. The one that they have for bulgogi, there's one that says bulgogi on it. So if you go to like an Asian supermarket, for Enzo, our buddy in Hungary, I don't know if you have an Asian supermarket, but if you do have an Asian supermarket, you can typically go to a, the hell, I just lost my train of thought. I'm sorry. Go to an Asian supermarket, you'll always find thin sliced meat because that is the very common preparation for a lot of protein in Asian countries, whether it's cut into like julienne slivers or thinly sliced or slightly thicker sliced. Typically it's sliced thinner, right? So I went to the Korean supermarket. I got 3 packs of this bulgogi, thin sliced ribeye, and this is what I'm going to use for the marinade. So I don't need all this marinade. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a quart container and pour off some of it into there and just use the amount I need, and I can always marinate more meat. Now, I was talking some trash on